And we're off. So I'm off to go and see my mum today. Bit of a longer journey than I'm used to doing on the Urban. So see how it goes. There's a couple of routes I could take. There's a dual carriageway route, and there's a really pretty back roads route. Not gonna do the back roads route today because there is a very big hill involved in that with some really steep bendies. So gonna do the dual carriageway today. See how I get on with that, and then I might try the more picturesque hilly route another time. Second time using I've just bought a drift ghost camera, which is what I'm using today, and the second time I'm using it. The first time I used it I didn't actually use the mic because it was raining. Those of you who've got one will know that you have to take the back off it to insert the external mic, which then makes it non-waterproof. So this is the first time I'm trying the mic out, so we'll see how it goes. Just got the mic going through the cheek pad in my helmet whoop at Berber's Close. And just sticking out from there. Not sure whether to get some fuel now. I'm on just over half a tank. I will need to fuel at some point. I think there's probably a cheaper option on the dual carriageway than this petrol station on the way out, which it has to be said is not as expensive as it used to be. Changed hands. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was a Total before it changed hands to the BP. It's cheaper with now it's BP, but yeah, pull out because you've got a Mercedes, so that's okay. Sorry to all Mercedes drivers out there. What's I saying? Yes, it's cheaper than it was when it was Total. Now it's BP, but still, they know they've got the monopoly. It's just this where I live, there's one road in and one road out, and that's the one petrol station on that road. So. It's not going to rain actually. It's forecast to be beautiful sunny day, and as you can see, not beautiful sunny, it's cloudy. Meant to get up to 19-20 degrees today with the sun. I'm going to be stuffed if it rains because I've gone for the leather jacket option rather than the textile waterproofs, so yeah, I'll be getting a bit wet. Hopefully that won't happen. This corner here might look like I've gone very, very slowly, which I was, but I know that there's a local bus that comes up and down here, and to get around that bend when it's coming in the opposite direction to the one I'm going now, it does have to actually go right over onto the other side of the road. So I'm always just a bit wary to make sure that that's not coming round the corner before I put any throttle on. There's quite a few vehicles have been seen just abandoned on the side of the road there, where they've coming the opposite direction again. They've completely misread the bend and gone straight ahead rather than it's almost a 90-degree bend rather than round the bend. So yeah, it's a notorious corner. Locals know it quite well. we're having a new Asda supermarket built in the village. Well, apparently it's been rumoured for ages, no sign of it yet, but apparently it's coming. And when they build that, they were talking about straightening that bit of road so that that bend is no longer there. So I'll be interested to see how they do that, because there's a... Oh, I've got a nod from him. I often don't get nods. I nod everyone. I'm very polite. I get a few nods back sometimes. I get just strange looks as if to say, what is that? I'm not nodding at that. That's even funnier when I ride with my other half, who has a Fireblade 900 sports bike. So I normally go in the front and I will nod, and a number of bikes that will look at me and ignore me even though I've nodded and nod at the Fireblade. Quite amusing. Obviously don't class the MP3 as a proper bike. So there you go. This piece of road, they changed the speed limits on here a little while back now. It's now 30 for quite a lot of it. When I was learning to ride the bike, it was actually a really good piece of road, because it used to go from 30 to 40 to 50. As you can probably see, it's not. There's a few bends and things as well, so it was quite a good road to sort of learn to get your speed up and to negotiate the bends. Majority of the way now it's 30. It does open up a little bit further on from here, and go up to national speed limit at one point and then back down to 40 again. That's funny, I don't know if you just saw that guy. I get that quite a lot. You get people just looking like, what is that? Which I quite like. I've learned that since I've had this bike, I always have to allow an extra 10 minutes to go anywhere, because you have to allow 10 minutes talk time when you stop, for people coming up to you and saying, what is it? Where did you get it? Yeah, I get a lot of guys that used to ride bikes and no longer do, that are really, really interested in it, as they think it might be an option for them to get back on a bike again. I've had a few blokes with a wife saying, no, you are not getting one. So yeah, it's quite funny. Yeah, I should possibly claim some commission from Pedro. I think certainly Motortriker is owed quite a lot of commission, because I got my bike through watching his videos, and I know there's lots of other people out there that have got their MP3s. Guys on the forum that I speak to that watched Motortriker, and there's been quite a big influence on their decision to buy. So yeah, Motortriker you should approach. I reckon I can own quite a few thousands of pounds from Pedro. Oh, he's now Motorbiker, I believe he's changed, because he's got a two-wheel rather than a three-wheel. I so wish I had Smellavision on this camera. There is such a beautiful smell of coriander along here. It's just incredible. It's so strong. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't know whether there must be a farm or something growing it nearby. It's certainly not just a small garden growing it, because the smell is so strong. It's gorgeous. Just going to kick my eyes out round. Once we get round this corner, there's a couple of farmers' fields off to the left and right here. You do get a lot of mud on the road from tractors coming in and out. It was quite bad last week. We had mud and also a lot of grit and loose stuff, which wasn't very pleasant. Haven't been down here for a few days, so hopefully whatever was on there has been removed by the cars going over it now. So that's one bit just there. There's nothing there today, so it's good. This pub on the left's a very good pub. Been there a few times. Do really good food there. Gonna see what speed I can get out of the Yaw burn on the dual carriageway. I have had it up to 70-ish before. I think that's about top out with, I've got a top box on as well, so that's a little bit of weight. I think that's about top out with me and the top box. My other half is a lot lighter than me, he's had it up a little bit faster than that, but I can't seem to get much more than that out of it. I'm really not confident I'm not going to get wet today. It does look ominously like it might actually rain. There's quite a lot of gravel there, you can probably see the other side of the road there. Okay, my side though. Hoping this traffic is not reflective of what's going to happen when I get on the dual carriageway in a minute. We shall see. I don't filter along this road ever because there's, well, for one, as you can probably see, there's not really much opportunity, but further back there's quite a lot of bollards and traffic islands in the middle of the road, so it's a bit of one of those oh shit moments if you get out there. It does move anyway, the traffic. I need the left-hand lane here, so again, there's not really much opportunity for filtering. And also, I'm not really confident enough to do it just yet. I'm riding a bike a couple of years now, but I came from a car licence, so still learning really. Yeah, I think you decide your level of risk that you're prepared to take, and you stick with what you're comfortable with. And you know, at the minute, it's not going to save me an awful amount of time, so just stick with the traffic. For anyone not familiar with the MP3s, the LT model, I can't remember what that stands for now. It's all to do with the distance between the two front wheels. If you have an LT, you can ride it on a car licence, as it's classed as a trike. Which is what I did. I did take lessons though, because it does handle exactly like a two-wheel bike. So, you know, I think it's pretty dangerous to go straight out there onto a 300cc bike with no bike experience. I found a really good guy, ex-police pursuit rider that I had quite a few lessons with, and glad I did really. You know, there's lots of things that lots of advice he gave me that things I wouldn't have wanted to learn by having had the experience of it happen to me, sort of thing. So, yeah. I'm not sure why this car has stopped several hundred metres from the actual junction. Slightly weird. I've got a sat-nav on, perhaps I don't know where they're going. I'm travelling all over the lanes. Pick a lane, any lane, or maybe even both lanes in that case.